What's up, everyone? It's your boy NR2003, aka Nathan Stapleton, and welcome everyone to Texas Motor Speedway. And we're here for the Wassup Series 500 and race number 11 on the season. After tonight, we will be halfway through season 4 of the JBL Cup Series, and we will have 4 races left in the regular season after tonight. But coming into tonight, we have 5 races left until we get to the season 4 chase. It's almost here away. And we are here at Texas, but we've not been here since season number 1 of the Cup Series, and boy, does it look completely different than where we left it. It got repaved, but now it's gone all unfair. There's some title to it. And then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 are completely opposite from each other. And last time we were here, Allison Wayne won. She's still in the field. She could win the second Texas race, but we just have to wait and see what happens. I'm joined by Texas native Josh Clifton up here in the booth. Josh, this is a weird race right now with what they've done to this track, and we've not been here since season 1. Who knows what will happen, and what do you think we might see here for 84 laps?
Well, it's certainly going to be an interesting race. As you said, tire wear is definitely going to come into play. They only repaved this track in 2017, and it's already worn to heck, so that is certainly going to play a factor in this race today. It is also a different configuration from the last time we came here, so you could set up for 1 and 2, but you'd have to sacrifice the handling in 3 and 4. That's the treacherous thing about this racetrack now, and it's very much going to be a strategy race. Given that the banking is lower in turn 1 and 2, passing is going to be much, much tougher. So it is definitely going to come down to the stops on pit road. It's going to be all about track position, track position, track position.
Yeah, for sure. And there's gonna be 2 stops this tonight, about 28, 29, 30, 31 maybe laps on field, depending on how much these guys save in turns 1 and 2 as the one goes on. And we just have to wait and see what happens at this brand new Texas reset. That Texas Motor Speedway need to make some changes for the JBL Cup Series to return. Well, they made some changes. We have to see if they were the right ones or not here tonight. Here for the Wassup Series 500. Last time out at Michigan Speedway, we saw our first almost caution-free race. Michigan had a late race debris caution that saw a 1-lap shout, and ended up being Noah Clifton for 2311 Racing gained the second win of the season 14 Toyota. And here's the points coming into this one with 5 races left until the regular season. Jordan Stout still a point leader, has a 24-point lead though. Kenyatta is closing in a little bit on that number 21, and then Hamill is in third, 53 points back. So it's really the top 2, Stout and Kenyatta at this point in time for the regular season championship. And then Watson in fourth, 58 points back. Williamson is a 5th, 65 points back, tied with Finn Scarlton with 3 wins on the season. 7th is Justin Zidell, 71 points back. 8th is Colin Crawford, 76 points back. 9th is White Walker, 91 points back. And then the money out of the top 10 is Trey Smith now all of a sudden, with 2 good ones in a row. He's inside the top 10, but only by 1 point, as Angel Oliveira is 1 point outside the bubble. But because of no winners inside the top 11 to 20, top 12 in points all make it as of now. So Oliveira and Williamson, Oliveira and Williams, I should say, will be the 2 wildcard spots as of now. And it's very, very close though in the points from 11th to 30th. It's about a 40-point difference, 40 point difference. So 5 races left, and still a lot could happen in this points championship here at Texas Motor Speedway. We got Texas, Martinsville, the Watkins Glen doubleheader, and then Pocono to end the regular season here. And these 40 drives will get rolling off for the Wassup Series 500, and everyone will do just that. It will be Quinton Moore on the pole, and alongside him is Wyatt Walker, Josh Williamson, and Tyreek Hartman alongside him. Travis Frampton and Dale Campbell, Joe Witkowski, and most recently Noah Clifton. And then we got Zachary Fitzgerald, who might be having a little bit of a better streak, because he was started 11th and got second at Chicagoland. Now he's still ninth here at Texas, and a long time is Mitchell Collins and Alice Rain. Former winner here at Texas Motor Speedway the first time around. Josh A. 4 laps. Who do you think will win the Rush Truck Series 500 here at Texas Motor Speedway?
Well, I'm going to go back a few rows here outside of the top 10. I am going to go with the number 1 of Angel Olvera to take that Trackhouse Chevrolet up to the front into victory lane here under the lights on the Fort Worth Denton County line.
Olvera was strong early on in the season, and now towards the middle, he's starting to find some speed again. Pit road on pit road. A pace car on pit road, and Moore and White Walker released the green. The Rush Truck Series 500 is green at Texas Motor Speedway. We are back at Texas. Lap number 1 in the first race back here to season number 1 was led by the 34 of Quentin Moore, White Walker in second, Josh Williamson in third, and Clampton mounts out the top 4 as they have single file out. Here comes White Walker to the inside for the top spot.
White Walker from Oklahoma going to the inside of the 34. This is a home race for him, as well as Josh Williamson there, the 23, who's trying to work his way into that second position underneath the 34 of Quentin Moore, and they will do so. 1-2 here at Texas Motor Speedway, White Walker and Josh Williamson.
White Walker from Oklahoma, he won at All Club in the second race of the season. He's been getting some good ones. He got a good finish at Chicagoland, and I believe he got a good finish at Michigan too. And that's allowed Walker doesn't have to rely on that All Club win as of now. He would make it on points. So, and Williamson as well. He's been strong. He's had a lot of chances at winning a race this season, but he's not been able to do so quite yet. With Morton inside of Williamson in the 23 side by side in 1 and 2. And we have to see what the momentum can do. And here comes Joe Witkowski. This is a nice change of pace. Witkowski has had a rough season, and he is up front in 4th spot.
Yeah, Witkowski coming into this race 31st in the championship standings. And so he is very much looking to turn his season around here at Texas Motor Speedway. He works up into that 3rd position. Into 4th, there comes the 14 of Zachary Fitzwater down to the inside of Williamson, bringing the 19 of Aaron Abel, the rookie, and the auto owner's number 19 with him. And in behind the 38 of Tyreek Hartman, another rookie, as they work out of turn number 4 once again. Most of the field singled out, some slipping away on the outside lane.
And for Fitzy, he's had a rough season, but he's starting to find his groove with his next gen car in the middle point of the season. Up to the front, charging his way up to the front, trying to take his 3rd spot away from Witkowski, but Witkowski looked good one in that second lane. That's second lane. It's really interesting because in 1 and 2 it's multi-groove, but if you get a good enough one off turn 2, you can carry that to pass him off of turn 2. And oh, we got a crash off turn 4.
Oh yeah, we do. Goodness gracious, big one.
Well, we forgot to mention this earlier in the pre-race, but turn 4 3 wide was not end well, and I got a sneaky suspicion that might have been the case. Stephen Collins.
Brandon Nelson, the 18, is destroyed.
The 31, Elijah Gordon. The 3, Ben Watson up there in points. Same with Seidel. He's also up there in points, and both the Hendrick Motorsports teammates are going to be done.
Roger James, the 31, took a lot of damage there. The colleague machine. It looks like Walker led the field back around to the caution flag, but a cavalcade of smoke on the back straightaway, trailing behind all these wrecked race cars, and they will more than likely fall out of this race here early. Unfortunately, in this Rush Truck Centers 500 at Texas Motor Speedway, the field going to come down into the pits behind the cavalcade of smokers. And you can see the clouds on the front straightaway, the telling signs of the skid marks up there coming out of turn number 4. That looks to be where the trouble began.
And very unfortunate. That's going to be some big time chase implications because both Seidel and Watson were up in, I think, the top 5, top 6 in points. And now both of them are going to be done here early on in this one. And let's see here. Off of pit road. It was White Walker as the race leader. And White Walker's going to win the race off pit road easily in the number 20.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to see some split strategy here. Some guys getting fuel only, some taking 2, maybe some taking 4 tires here early on. I'd be shocked. Except, well, not really, because this track eats up tires crazy. Like, so, again, the surface is worn out tremendously, even though the repave was 5 years ago. So you will see some splitting strategy here early on with this early caution. But it looks like Walker is still going to lead the field around the 7, actually. Allison Rain back out onto the racetrack with no front end, despite being involved in that accident. Going to continue on, and she's going to go for some points.
Yeah, that's tough. Wait, Allison Rain won Texas all the way back in season number 1, and looks like that's not going to be the case here tonight. Looks like she's not going to go 2 for 2 here at Texas Motor Speedway here tonight. And unfortunately, Fitzy, his bad season continues as something went wrong on pit road, and he is stuck on pit road. Fitzy, I don't know what to say about Fitzy's season. I really don't anymore. Oh my goodness, Mr. Collins ran in the back of Fitzy. Fitzy was in 3rd, I believe, and unfortunately he has problems on pit road, and that's gonna cut his night short as he's gonna go a lap down now. So let's see what happens.
If we get some more cautions, he could get back on the lead lap. So
yeah.
well, we'll have to see how quickly he could get back out there.
Yeah, he could get the wave round, could get a lap back. And his night might not be 100% over, but not a rough, not the night, not the season that Fitzy has won it for sure. Now let's go ahead and
It is certainly going to be difficult coming back being a lap down.
Oh yeah, very difficult. It will be White Walker bringing us back to the green flag. Let's go ahead and see what happened off the turn number 4 to be the first caution of the night here for the Rush Truck Series 500 at Texas Motor Speedway. Well, here we go. This happened off turn number 4, 3 wide right here with Colin and Bright. Colin actually goes up the racetrack into Bright, and Watson kind of goes up the track into the 42, and that's what we talked about here. Turn 4 does not work out that well with 3 wide, and Eli Bright hard into the outside wall. Same with Benny Watson, and nowhere to go for everyone else in the back. Justin Seidel, Eric Monaco, Jordan Edwards. Watson took a little bit of a shot, and then Seidel takes a shot from the season 1 winner of Texas Motor Speedway, Allison Rain. And then Colin, Nelson, Gordon, James, and Chris Reynolds as well. The Texas side's big one off turn number 4. Not too bad, we've seen worse, but tough way early on here at Texas Motor Speedway here in this one.
So here we are as they round turns 3 and 4 in the middle there. The 42 is Stephen Cologne, pinched between the 48 of Eli Bright and the 9 cars. They go up into the outside wall, the 9 of Benny Watson. And then behind, some more cars piling in. Allison Rain, Season 3 champion. Joe Rutkowski, or was that Eric Monaco slipping through the infield? Elijah Gordon in the 2. Getting some damage there. But Roger James, the 31. Damage, the 18 Brandon Nelson, rookie to the series. Unfortunate for these guys that were running towards the back of the field, but I guess the fact that they were running to the back of the field means that it was a smaller incident, so fewer cars were involved as a result. Thank goodness for that, but still, at least half a dozen cars involved in that one, and it's going to take quite a few out of this event.
Yeah, really unfortunate. Going to take at least Ben Watson and Justin Seidel out of this one. They were both high up there in points along with some others. But before we go to the green, let's see what happened to Fitzy, who was running in 3rd. now is a lap down here at Texas. Well, this happened. Fitzy and Wachowski hit Fitzy right when he was about to turn into a stall, and Fitzy had to go back, and he ended up getting towed, and unfortunately, that is what caused him to go a lap down here. Just a little bit of contact, and that just adds to Fitzy's bad season, Josh, because he wasn't running third. That's like the second best run he's had all season, and second best run he's had in the last 3 races, and that happens to him on pit road, and he's gonna be a lap down because of it. Very unfortunate for Fitzy.
Yeah, he's going to need at least 1 caution, maybe 2, to get back on the lead lap as a result of that.
And when we go back green, it will be White Walker, but some strategy, some took 2 tires, some took few only, some took 4 tires. Let's wait and see what happens here at Texas Motor Speedway. Let's go back green here for the Rush Truck Sense 500. Welcome back to Texas Motor Speedway here for the Rush Truck Sense 500. We will go back green on lap 12 of A4, and it will be White Walker on top of the field, and it will be Clem Moore, Travis Clampton, Angel Bale, Lance Smith Jr., Twain Smith, Owen Miles, Josh Remsen, Memphis Fisher, and Joe Wachowski, the top 10. Very mixed up top 10 now with all the different strategies. Some took few only, 2 tires, and 4 tires. The draws are out after that clash of Brandon Nelson, Ben Watson, Justin Zidell, and Eric Monaco. And that's a tough way for Watson and Zidell, because they have been strong all season, and unfortunately the night comes to an early end. And Fitzy is back out on track, but I believe he's going to be a lap down. So if he wants to caution to get his lap back, I think he still has good speeds and doesn't have a lot of damage, but let's see if he gets a quick caution to get the wave around. The 31 and the 7 are still out there on the racetrack, but total waste because the front flip and back clip flipped off of it. And White Walker and Quinton Moore will lead us back to green here on lap number 12 of A4 here at Texas Motor Speedway.
Oh, and a good launch there for the 20 of Wyatt Walker. The 34 did not get going at all, Quentin Moore. And then there in the 3rd position, the 16. Not quite going either, as side by side behind him is the 33 of Landon Smith Jr. and the 1 of Angel Oliveira. Headed off into turn number 3. It's 2 rows of side by side behind the number 16. 3 wide again. Coming out of turn number 4. They make it work, though. There's the 41 on the inside, Ryan Durrani, the benefactor from that. He's got a teammate behind him.
SHR starting to make the move to the front. And here comes Clampton to the inside of Quentin Moore. And it's white paint Andy Sporting Custard Chevy. Clampton, he only has 1 top 10, and I believe that came in the 500. But he's been really consistent all season until lately. Trying to get himself back up to the top 10 in points. But so far having a great one in 2nd. And Lance Smith Jr., I almost want to say the leader of both here, because Wachowski and Monaco have had terrible seasons and just a lot of bad luck. And Lance Smith Jr., once again, I think this is his 8th out of 11 races that he's made this season, and he's up to 3rd, and here comes Owen Miles. He's still on pull out. Oh no, Angel Bale has a problem.
Oh, goodness.
That was a very late exit to pit road, and that's going to stack up everyone. And I'm getting worried it was a tire down for Angel Oliveira.
Oh, that is super unfortunate for the driver of the number 1 Trackhouse Chevrolet. He may very well fall out of contention for the victory of this race, but we're going 3 wide again. Is this going to be a problem as they round this corner? We've seen Calamity already, and they make...
No! Stephen Collin, but they're going to save it.
And we have no caution.
Stephen Collin, 2nd crash of the night, but saves it, and I think they even Warren as well. Warren's had a mid-season slump in that 24 machine. Tough break for everyone that got held up. Tough break for Angel Oliveira, and now look at what that's done to the field. We got a looks like a 9-car breakaway here. The Clifton and 10th leading the 2nd clip cars. Now things have changed everything with that. O'Bell is going to come back out, but his night's going to come to an end. And Josh, I think you might have changed him when you picked him earlier tonight. Tough boy for O'Bell. He would have a strong call too, moving his way up to the front. Fortunately, that happens.
Well, I really question the wisdom of the officials not throwing a caution there. The 42 of Cologne was sideways through ahead of half the lead field going through that quad oval and got up into that outside wall. Looked like he hit it head on, but no caution? As a result of that, I don't care how far sideways he got. I don't care if he held on to it. There's got to be something on the racetrack, and I mean, that stacked everybody up. That could have easily been more severe than what it ended up being, and I don't know what the officials were thinking there.
Yeah, I don't know of what the officials were thinking there, but if we get a caution, we will take a look at everything that transpired. A lot of stuff happened at once right there. With O'Bell pitting, that stacked up the field, and then something happened to Cologne, and he went into the outside wall with, I think, Foreman or something like that. So if we get a caution, we will see what happened to that. But Clifton in second, and here comes Aaron Abel. He's had a couple of worse places, but before that he was around the cutoff line. I think Abel's all the way back on 30th place because of him having 2 bad races. But with how close the points are from 10th to 30th, if you can have a couple good races in the last 5 races of regular season, Abel could still have a shot. And here comes the rookie for Joe Gibbs racing in the 1928 second away from Clifton. Joe Gibbs racing looking very, very strong. The 18 of Nelson is out. But for the rest of JGL, they got Walker and out front, leading most of the laps so far, and you got Abel in second, and you got Owen Miles also inside the top 10.
But there on the inside of Owen Miles goes the number 4 of Brandon Beal. In the Busch Apple colors, he's going to the inside now, the 34 of Quentin Moore, and just ahead of him, the 41 of rookie Ryan Durrani, as well as the 77 of Memphis Fisher. As for the race lead, here comes Wyatt Walker's teammate Aaron Abel down to the inside in number 19, and that rookie is going to the point.
Hello, Aaron Abel. Where did you come from? I don't know if he took 4 tires or not. With all the strategy that happened right there, some took 2 tires, some took 4 tires, some took 3 only. But Abel is flying, and wisely Crampton the battle and flats out that 3 wide, realizing that only that point to 84. But Joe Gibbs Racing in Toyota, they only have 2 wins, and that came out all from the Michigan, the 2-mile tracks. And now there's 4 Toyotas up here at Texas Motor Speedway, and all of them look very, very fast inside the top 10.
Here comes Landon Smith Jr.
And Landon Smith Jr. Part-timer.
Out the inside, rounding turn 3 and 4, and he is going to clear for the race lead in his 8th career start as a part-timer, and he is leading this race. Can you believe what you're seeing right now?
And Abel might get a good one off turn number 2. And we saw this at Phoenix earlier in the season with Trent Green. He stole from everyone. Oh, Abel might turn Jr. Oh my god.
That's all about 180 miles per hour they're off into that corner. Good grief. Aaron Abel getting really aggressive with the 33 of part-timer Landon Smith Jr. What a save by both of them. But that brings Brandon Beal up into the mix there.
And now,
here we go.
Boy, what a battle on our hands with the 19 and the 33. Now the 19 to the inside, and I think Abel might officially take the lead. But what a battle for 3 laps or so between those 2, and Abel back up front. But I think we might have to watch out for this red Ford Mustang of Brandon Beal, because here comes up to 2nd spot.
He certainly looks fast here early on, but don't count out the 77 of Memphis Fisher there in the 4th position. Been very quietly sitting up here in the top 5 and trying to work his way back up with the leaders. As to the tail end of the top 3 goes Landon Smith Jr. up ahead. Aaron Abel, 2nd place Brandon Beal. And they're working his way into the top 6. That's the 51. Haven't talked about Trey Smith at all in this race. There he is, just ahead of the 38 of Tyreek Hartman.
Trey Smith, he's had 2 great races in a row. He's, I believe, 9th or 10th in points because of that, and now he's having another great one. We haven't really talked about Trey Smith a lot this season, but now, in the middle part of the year, he's made some massive moves and some massive gains, and a 3rd straight great one for this 51 Rick Wheel Racing machine. And now things are starting to take into shape. The longest one of the race, about 16 laps or so, halfway through on the field one. And now we are starting to see the tire take into effect. Abel is absolutely pulling away here on the long one. And then it's Beal, Smith Jr., Fisher, more the top
Oh, 3
5.
wide back there.
Oh, 3 wide, Wachowski, Miles, and Clifton, good eye right there. And they are still 3 wide, and Omar's is just going to back out all of that.
Yeah, that's the smart move right there. He's going to pull him behind Elijah Gordon, get the draft. Maybe not. He'll stay up on the outside with a Toyota compatriot, Josh Williamson, as they draft down the back straightaway. They'll pull ahead of Elijah Gordon. Maybe Miles might have a slingshot headed off into turn 3. Not quite. Gordon's going to work his way back on that inside, but that's the first time we've seen the outside lane really play a factor over in turn 1 and 2 all night long.
Yeah, 1 and 2, that outside lane can get some momentum going because you don't have to go as slow as you do on the inside lane. Surprised that it's taken that long for him to do that, but great attempt from Miles right there, and Beal's starting to catch up with Aaron Abel here, and we are really starting to see these tires play into effect. And on the short one, all the Toyotas look fast, but now here on the long one, all the Fords are looking fast, and battle away lead Beal and Abel.
Beal's got the run going on the inside. Abel trying to work that high side. They're door-to-door coming off of turn number 2 down the back stretch. The 33 Landon Smith Jr. waiting in the wings with these two tangle. Headed off into the 3rd turn. Beal fires it off in there. They fly off in there like a squadron of fighter jets. And up front comes Brandon Beal in the number 4.
Well, a power move. We've had a lot of different up to different leaders up to this point, I should say, and add Beal to the list. Great racing here at Texas Motor Speedway, if only this is what it was in real life. Sorry, Josh, about the home racetrack, but a fantastic race so far, and Abel might not give up on his race lead from that number 4 machine.
Well, technically not my home racetrack if we're talking stuff at the local level. It is if we're talking about like big league stuff. But anyway, Brandon Beal looking very strong up front right now, but Aaron Abel's not going to let him get away that easy. He side drafts him, headed off into turn number 1 and 2. You're not supposed to be able to do that with these cars, but it looked like Abel did it, headed off into the turn, but fired it off in there a little too quick, and Beal powers back ahead of the number 19.
And I'm going to name someone that we said a few times, but how about Ronnie in that blue number 41 machine? He's now inside the top 5. As Abel trying to get to the inside of Beal, but Beal chops 19 off, and Beal really starting to see a lot of comers and goers, and now we have 2 SHL cars inside the top 5.
Yes, we do, and a little further back there, side by side, looks like for the 4th position. That's the 41 of Ryan Durrani, the 77 of Memphis Fisher, and Durrani will be the benefactor from that battle, move Memphis Fisher back into the 5th position, as the top 3 will stretch away for the moment, but Durrani trying to close in on that 33 of Landon Smith Jr., part-time driver with a tremendous run going on tonight.
Smith Jr. having a fantastic one here, and this is what we might see for the rest of this race. Once we get split out in single file and double file like we are right now, and once we get through pit stops, if we get through pit stops cleanly, there's a real chance that we could have this race go green for the rest of this race. And that won't be the first time we saw them go green for 40 laps at Chicagoland. We saw them stay almost clean and green for 45 laps at Michigan. So kind of got finally a good stretch of races where we have some long green flag ones, and so far we are 20 laps in on this one, 24, 26 laps in this one, and five 5 to 7 laps, we might have our first one of the green flag pit stops of the night.
And it will not be the last. This being an 84-lap race, we're going to have to go through a couple of cycles if we go green the rest of the way. So they've got to be taking a look at their fuel gauge. They got to be taking a look at their mileage calculators to see when the best time to come down is, to be able to have the best strategy for track position. It looks like that's the 15 coming into the pits. That is Christopher Reynolds, rookie, who was involved in an incident earlier on, and he comes down to his pit stall, and he's not alone.
Pit stops have begun on lap number 38.
Wyatt Walker got into the pits. Williamson as well.
Crampton
43.
and some others.
John Andrews there, Waco, Texas native, as here comes Brandon Beal.
And now, I think these guys might be in really good shape of being clean and green for the cycle of pit stops with how spread out they already were, and being really spread out now. And now this is gonna be interesting. I think it would be about lap 70 or so, something like that, for the second round of green flag pit stops if it stays green all the way. And now, Aaron Abel is out front. He's gonna come on in that number 19 machine. Here comes Richard Kinghart, the 55. Oh, Scott's gonna miss pit road.
Yeah, that's going to be a black flag for that driver, the number 17 of Logan Williams.
I think that's the 6 of
Is that the 6?
I think.
One of the RFK, it is the 6 of
Upton.
Upton.
Yep, Scott.
So that is going to be a black flag for 6th in points. Scott Upton, 3-time winner this season. That is going to be a tough break for that driver.
Yeah, very unfortunate. Been really strong ever since Richmond. We didn't really see him a lot tonight, but now we might not see him a lot for the rest of the race, up front at least, because he's gonna make a mistake and go a lap down. We saw that a couple times in the 600, and we saw here at Texas Motor Speedway. And I think about for the cycle, I think it's gonna be Beal as the race leader, and I think it will be, unless Olvera did have a tire going out. Is he?
It looks like it is going to be the number 4 of Brandon Beal. Yes.
Yeah, but it's
Brandon Beal to the point, getting around the lap traffic there of Eli Bright in the 48. Second place, Aaron Abel. Third place is the 11 of Owen Miles. They're just in behind the number 22 of Mitchell Collins, and Aaron Abel in his mirror has the number 45 of Noah Clifton. But look at this gaggle of cars back here battling lappers and lead cars.
Yeah, things have really tripped up here. We got a lot of cars lap down. We got Chris Reynolds, Eli Bright, Mitchell Collins, Scott Upton, Stephen Collins, Tyree Cartman. Unfortunately, he was having a good one, and something happened to him. Orman's a lap down, Fitzy's still a lap down, and something happened to Noah Clifton. I don't know what happened to Clifton, but he 3 laps down in that 45 machine. Most recently at Michigan. So separate for him. And now, oh my goodness, Olvera and Beal. Lap cut of Olvera. Olvera was trying all he could to stay on the lead lap. He's off cycle because of having that tire go down right after we went green. So he's trying to stay out as long as he could. Well, as long as he can, and try to stay on the lead lap, but that did not work out for that number 1 machine. Now this changes everything, because Beal has about 1 second lead on Abel, and about 7/10 of a second back is number 11 of Owen Miles, and Crampton is about 4 seconds behind. Same with Richard Kinghart, and then Wyatt Walker, and Elijah Gordon. And then the 41 of Ryan Durrani is up here, but he's going to lose a spot, and now it's going to be Club Bishon the further second on Montreal Drive inside the top 10, and Ryan Durrani in 10th. And where's the point here? Jordan Stout. Okay, there's Stout. Looks like Jordan Stout is in 18th, and Kinghart is in 4th. So Kinghart, as of the time, he's going to gain 10 to 14 spots on the point lane. And Stout, the the last couple of races have not been good, and he's picked it up, and now is really catching up with South for that regular season point lead. And on that number 46 of A4, Beal out front, but Abel catching in that number 19.
Beal's got that clean air right now, but Aaron Abel has no lap cars in front of him or around him, and he has all the power in that Toyota to catch up to the number 4 of Brandon Beal. Abel, the rookie, has a very, very fast race car. Looks like he's going to close in a little bit more this time through. We'll see what the gap is.
Oh yeah, gained 2/10 last time by, well, this time by I should say. It was 8/10 of a second lead for Beal, and now it's a 6/10 of a second Beal. And Beal is getting caught in a hurry from Abel, about 2/10 of a second last time by, and it looks like it might be about 2/10 of a second this time by again. Now Abel, I think, has the drive up to number 4 of Brandon Beal.
He's got an intense draft coming off of that number 4, and he took almost half of the lead off
3/10
from Brandon Beal.
And if I was Beal, I would be scared, because this 19 of Abel, he is absolutely flying here at Texas.
Beal is going to be trying to mirror drive potentially this 19 car as they come around turn number 4, but Aaron Abel is right there, heading through the quad oval, down to the inside. He's taking a peek. He's not quite able to get there yet, but now he will, down to the inside at turn number 1.
And able to then inside, can Beal fight him off on the top side. And
yes indeed.
Will. This might be where that top side in 1 and 2 actually helps, now that everyone is split out. Top side in 1 and 2 might be able to maintain a position, and that's what Beal did. Smart move from Beal, and that 4 is still very fast, but these are the fastest 2 cars here in Texas Motor Speedway at the time being, and they are showing it. And we got a good battle for the race lead, and we have to see, can Old Miles catch up to these top 2? We just have to wait and see.
He's got another Toyota there in front of him, the 45 of Noah Clifton, and Clifton could be providing some drafting assistance to that number 11, and he's got another Toyota in front of him, Aaron Abel there in the 19. Abel looks like he's slipping back a little bit from Beal, so could be letting that 45 catch up to help the 11 catch up, or it could just be that he's maybe used up his stuff for right now, because that was a bold bonsai move he tried to pull on Brandon Beal, and Beal, with all the rubber that's been laid down, held him off on the outside line.
Yeah, there's a lot of calls on track and practice because of it being a totally different racetrack than what we last came here. With a totally different car, they had plenty of time to practice, and all the rubber that you see on track is because of it. And Beal, he's maintaining that gap, and he's starting to pull away from Abel now, and I think Abel might have used up his stuff. These two are still going faster than these guys back in third line back. Miles is starting to lose pace with the top 2, so they're still going faster than everyone else, but Abel trying to make a charge back here in 1 and 2. Not gonna get there on Beal.
Might have a chance to nab him heading off down the backstretch and into turn number 3. Pressed against the backside of the number 4 is Aaron Abel in the 19, trying to force him into a mistake, but Beal throttles ahead going through turn 3 and 4. What a run!
What a 3 and 4 for Brandon Beal. I think he might have went full throttle right there just to get away from the 19 of Aaron Abel, and that worked out for him. Now Abel has to make all that ground back up on Brandon Beal, and I don't know, maybe Delia is playing into effect, but I think it's more or less the fact that Beal just has a really good car in 3 and 4 at the time being.
Aaron Abel trying to close in once again, headed into the quad oval. I believe we're at 30 laps to go right now. Aaron Abel going to the inside of Beal, trying to get the lead. Beal again mirror driving.
30 laps to go. Abel and Beal all over each other here at Texas Motor Speedway. This is the second longest race of the season at this point, if you want to think about it. The Coca-Cola 600 was 100 laps, and the 7500 was I think 100 and something. So it's one of the longer races on the season. The first 500-mile race on the season, and both these drivers want to win it. Both rookie drivers, and Beal trying to hold off Abel, but Abel with a great turn too, and side by side for the race lead now.
Abel down to the inside of Beal. Beal's going to hold him off up top for the time being, but Abel trying to fire it back in there, and he will be down low, going through 3 and 4 this time. Out of 4, Abel pulls ahead of Beal, and he'll have the lead at start-finish.
What a battle between the 19 and the 4, and I honestly think that Abel might have the fastest car here at Texas Motor Speedway, because that's not the first time that we've seen drive past someone really hard after a fantastic battle. He did that earlier in the race, and now Abel back up front, Beal in second, Miles in third, Keno in fourth, and then White Walker in fifth. 3 Toyotas inside the top 5. Toyota starting to get some momentum. How about Club Pishon the third, up to 6th, Crampton in 7th, Memphis Fisher in 8th, Trey Smith in 9th, and how about Colin Crawford in the number 10 machine? 2-time Crown Jewel winner this season. He's up inside the top 10 now. But it's all Abel up front here at Texas Motor Speedway. There's still 1 pit stop left here in this one.
Like a side-by-side going on a little further back as the 6 of Scott Upton. Lap car pulls ahead. Owen Miles still there in the 3rd position, but with a hungry number 78 of Richard Kinghart right behind him as they are pinned between lap traffic.
So much lap traffic all between the 11, the 78, and the 55, and the 20 as well, and they are trying, and I think that's kind of why they can't really gain on the top 2, because of not really slow lap traffic, but they just can't get past Clifton and Upton. Upton, he's going to be on maybe a lap or 2 first tires because he got held on payroll for a lap, so there's that, and battle for 3rd between Owen Miles and Richard Kinghart.
This has been a much cleaner, calmer race since the restart. Oh, here we go. It may go right here. 3 wide. But they get out of it.
Owen Miles, again, he's playing the veteran role, being smart, and he backed out of it. He lost 2 spots and maybe a 3rd by his teammate, but Miles, good call right there. Just didn't want to wreck his race car. And Carl Pishon was a 3rd. That was an aggressive move, but he's up to 3rd, and here comes Richard Pishon right back all the way down to the inside lane and going forward.
He's trying to get around the number 55 out of turn number 4. They're side by side at the line. Kinghart.
Fantastic battle for 3rd right there. Now Kinghart, he's in 3rd, and Jordan Stout is still in 18th. So as of now, it will be a 15-point gain, and it will be, let's see, it was 24 points, 15. I think it's coming a 9-point difference as of now, entering Martinsville next time out for the regular season point lead.
But up front, it is still Aaron Abel leading the way. Brandon Beal second as they've caught the slow traffic of Roger James in the 31. Aaron Abel pinned side by side with that 31 as the 31 of James tries to work the outside. That brings Beal into range of potentially getting around to the number 19, but now he's stuck side by side with the 31, and Abel pulls away just a little bit, but Beal trying everything he can to reel him in. He's going to have no help from lap traffic for at least a little while.
Yeah, a little bit, but now, whenever they catch up with more lap traffic, it's not going to just be one. It's going to be Jordan Edwards in the 12, Alex Wayne in the 7, Nathan Orman in the 24, Eli Bryan in the 48, Fitzy in the 14, and Chris Reynolds in the 15, and so much lap traffic whenever they catch up with lap cars again. And Abel is gone now here at Texas Motor Speedway with 20 laps to go in the Rush Truck Series 500. Been a very good race. Only 1 caution on lap 7, lap 8. Been clean and green since then, but fantastic racing for the lead multiple times, and a battle for race for 3rd and 4th multiple times as well. And speaking of battle for 3rd, these two are still going at it.
strategy is being talked over on the team's radios right now. When do you come down for that last pit stop?
Oh.
If Roger James is going to go ahead and do so, lap car on the 31, and he will not be alone, as it looks like a few other
Oh
lappers.
no!
Whoa, no!
Tyler Coleman was having such a green light going, was the lap down, and now his night's gonna be over in that number 38.
Oh, man, that is such a shame.
Tough break for him, and here we go on lap 67. All Miles was one of the leaders to come in.
Of course, this is going to be a much more spread out cycle than the last one because we've gone so long, but man, tough break for the 38 of Tyreek Hartman, who comes into this race in the 33rd position in the standings, lost 6 positions in the points after the last race. He will not stick around to get any of those points back.
Crampton and others on pit road this time by Collins, Duani, Williamson, and Gordon all on pit road, and it's not like everyone's coming on pit road at once. And I'm curious, I'm gonna follow along with Duani here. Oh! And Williamson just ran in the back of Duani. But he's gonna keep it straight. And let's see, is it gonna be a 2-tire stop or is it gonna be 4 tires? I would imagine 4 tires? I think it's still gonna be four tires for these guys.
4 tires and fuel looks like for the 41 of Ryan Durrani, as we should expect for most, if not all, the cars that come down the pit road here, with just a handful of laps to go in the Rush Truck Center's 500 at Texas.
And the way that this is going, we might have a 1 caution race here in a nice. Oh, here we go. Top 2 pitting right at the same time. Beal and Abel and a lot of the leaders, a lot of the top 5, top 6 are all pitting right now here at Texas Motor Speedway. With 15 laps to go. I think that's gonna be all the leaders up front. Yeah, I think so. So here we go. Beal and Abel contact with Lance Smith Jr. and someone. I think that was the 47 of Derek Hamill. Beal's off in the way. And so is Aaron Abel. They're going to be side by side off of pit road.
They're touching coming out of the pits. It's Abel that gets ahead of the 4.
And they had to get single file because this is a tight pit road exit. And you and I have been able to go side by side off of it. But that was very, very close between those two. But these guys are going to have another player in the mix. Oh, Miles, he did the undercut, and here he comes in his number 11 machine.
This could very well be for the win for Owen Miles with 14 laps to go this time. Lap 71 of 84. There is Aaron Abel just ahead. Teammates 1 and 2 here at Texas Motor Speedway left to fight through the lap traffic for a race victory in the Lone Star State.
Owen Miles started on the pole at Chicago and he dominated that race until he had problems halfway through.
Oh, big run!
And Owen Miles, this is the second time in 3 races that I'm able to say this. Owen Miles to the lead here in the JBL Cup Series.
And looks like what a move to do so. Buddy bottomed out on the bottom. And Aaron Abel flies back around on the outside and holds off his teammate. The rubber is so sticky on the outside. There is little to no grip on the inside on fresh tires. So Owen Miles is going to have some more opportunities to get around his teammate, but he cannot have what just happened there happen again.
Man, the Toyotas are so fast tonight. The 19, the 11, the 23, 45, 20. All the Toyotas have been fast tonight, but it comes down to 2 of them. Owen Miles and Aaron Abel. Aaron Abel's been the best car here, but Owen Miles late here at Texas has a shot, but he really messed up 3 and 4 right there. And now here comes the number 4, and does he have a problem? He does. Engine problem for the number 11 of Owen Miles. I think he might be down a cylinder.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh no.
You kidding me?
We always saw one engine go up in smoke and Tyreek Hartman, and looks like Omar is going to be forced to ride around here for the last 10 laps. The cylinder gone bad for this number 11 machine. Tough wait.
That is if he's able to make it home, because that could blow up if things get worse. So he's going to have to really be careful if he's going to try to nurse that number 11 Toyota home.
And if he were to blow up and if he were to stop on track, that could cause a caution and that can change everything. So it's not over yet. Still got some time left here at Texas for the Rush Truck Series 500. Only one caution on lap number 7. Almost 70 lap green flag 1. And Abel might just have this win almost all but locked up.
We'll have to see. Brandon Beal's right there. The 40. Oh my goodness.
Eli
48
Bright.
of Eli Bright almost got up into the 19, but he holds up Brandon Beal. And that may very well have done it for Aaron Abel.
And Eli Bright still not letting Beal by. What the heck? Beal still can't get by the number 48 machine.
That's going to bring another lap car up into this, the 26 of Will Parrish. There's the 77, one on the lead lap. Memphis Fisher in third place. This could be costly for Brandon Beal in the number 4 as he tries to fight through the lap traffic, as we are now at, I believe, 7 laps to go.
Lap 78 of 84, and that might have just done it for Aaron Abel. He has a 2-second lead now because of Eli Bright. And I don't think Beal's going to be really happy with that 48 machine at all. And it's not over because we can still have a caution with these lap cars. It's not over until the white flag. But it's looking pretty good for Aaron Abel. He's had 2 rough races at Chicago and Michigan. He was 11th in points, so he was starting to get some momentum. Had a couple bad races. 30th in points. This win might help him, and he might be in a scenario where he might not worry about finishing in the top 10 in points, but he might just have to finish in the top 20 points and get a wild card spot leaving Texas Motor Speedway. 5 laps to go at the line in the Rush Truck Series 500.
He's certainly having no easy time getting around the 12 and the 24, but he does so. Brandon Beal now within 1.6 seconds of the race leader, but he's got 3 lap cars to get around if he wants to catch up to the number 19 of Aaron Abel. That is a very, very tall order, but could he get it done?
I'm just curious, where did the 11 Omar? He's swapping very fast. He was in second. He was in second at one point. And now, with 4 laps to go, because of that cylinder going down, Omar is in 15th. So, I don't think he's going to go a lap down. He's still, at the very least, get like the top 21. But this point end to what could have been a race-winning night as boy.
Walker
almost did what his teammate did.
Almost turned the 66 of Tori Gossett around, and that could have brought out a late caution. But thankfully, they held on to it.
Abel almost turned the uncharged driver of Smith Jr., and Wally Walker almost turned the uncharged driver of Tori Gossett. I guess Joker's Racing doesn't like uncharged drivers. I don't know. Beal is catching the nice thing of Aaron Abel, but unfortunately, I think he's just going to run out of time here with 2 laps to go at Texas.
He's got another lap car there in front of him, the 7 of Allison Rain, and that is going to be plenty of leverage for the 19 of Aaron Abel as 2 miles remain here in the Rush Truck Series 500. Aaron Abel getting ready to take the white flag.
Aaron Abel, probably the fastest car here. Toyota. Before Michigan last week, they only have 1 win at all club. They won at Michigan, got the 2nd win on the season. And now, Aaron Abel, he was 11th in points, had a couple of bad races at Chicago and Michigan, 30th in points now. This is gonna help him big time, and Toyota's gonna get the fill in on the season to 3 and 4 for the final time. Only one caution up here tonight, and Aaron Abel will win the Rush Truck Series 500 at Texas Motor Speedway.
Fantastic drive for the driver of the number 19, Aaron Abel. Looked so strong tonight. Brandon Beal tried to get through lap traffic, got ahead of all of them, but can only make it to a painstaking second place after the drive he had. It's got to be disappointing, but definitely a fantastic points night for the driver of the number 4.
Yeah, definitely a great points night for Brandon Beal. He's had a couple of solid races up to this point, and that's definitely going to help him. But Aaron Abel, a fantastic drive here tonight. And Toyota, they all of a sudden, they go from only having one win on the season, now with 3 wins, and now Ford with all their wins. I think it's like 6 or 7 or something like that. Ford's been dominant, and now Toyota with 3, and then Chevy with 1. So, fantastic race, only one caution. We probably should have had a second one with Stephen Collin right there. But, pretty good race. 21 cars finished on the lead lap. Andrews, Lane, Edwards, Upton, Parrish, Collins, James, Cologne, Fitzy, Fitzball, he never got a lap that he wanted, and then Kuzma's Overa 2 laps down, unfortunately, with his tire problem. Clifton, I don't know what happened to him, but he went 3 laps down. Ormond, he got involved with what happened with the number 20, the number 42 of Stephen Collin, 3 laps down, and then something happened to Eli Bright, but he had to come off pit road there late. I don't know what exactly. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't say. And fortunately, he went 3 laps down, and Hartman had an engine go up in smoke. Nelson, Lydell, Watson, and Monaco all got taken out in the crash. And unfortunately for Owen Miles, he had a shot late, but he had a cylinder go down, and he unfortunately is gonna be finishing up the night in 17th spot. A good race though, Josh. Only one caution, and once we went back green, we stayed green and had a fantastic duel between Abel and Beagle. 2 rookies trying to get the first JBL Cup Series victory. And at the end of the night, the better car won, and Abel gets the win here at Texas.
Most certainly, it was a clean race after that first incident and very much dependent on strategy, and that definitely came into play with the 2 pit cycles since then. Big congratulations to Aaron Abel and that number 19 team. That rookie is a winner. Is it for the first time? Yes, it is. Yes, first time winner in the JBL Cup Series. So big congratulations there to Abel for sure. Tremendous achievement. Tremendous stuff here under the lights in Fort Worth.
And honestly, that was fantastic racing. We only have one caution, but the battles that we were having all over the top 10, and I'm sure there's more that we didn't really see, but the battle for the lead between Beal and Abel for 70 laps was fantastic, and then the battle with like Walker, Bajano, Kinghart, and Fisher, and some others for 3rd to 5th, that was fantastic as well. There's battles all over this racetrack. And surprisingly, something that we don't see in real life, that second lane, and it actually turned into multi-crew racing here, and that was good stuff. And I think Texas Motor Speedway might have just saved themselves, and I think we might come back here in season number 5, because that was great clean racing after the early caution. We just have to wait and see what happens here at Martinsville. And Josh, quick question: we got 4 races left before the regular season finale at Pocono. It's Martinsville, Watkins Glen doubleheader, and then Pocono. 3 totally different racetracks for 4 different races. What are these guys gonna have to do here for the final 4 races of the regular season?
Whatever deity you pray to, do so, because you're going to need to run well all 3 of them, 3 completely different disciplines, and well, one slip up, and it could be the end of your championship hopes.
Yeah, for sure it's going to be interesting. Martinsville, only the 2nd short track on the season, and then Watkins Glen, first ever doubleheader in the JBL Cup Series, and the first ever road course doubleheader with a pair of Martin's Clone races, and then of course the Tricky Final of Pokemon. 4 races left in the regular season. It's gonna be fun, and thanks to Josh Tipton up here in the JBL Cup Series booth. It was a wild one, 70 plus 25 1 to the end, and unable for Joker's Racing wins until it goes 2 in a row in the JBL Cup Series. Until next time out at Martinsville for Short Sprout Racing, we will see you guys then. Bye!